Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Ad Work Not Worries podcast, the number one podcast in the U.S. featuring me in this hoodie and that lazy black dog in the background. We thank you and thank you and thank you. Anybody who's been listening to the podcast, we really appreciate your time and your devotion to the podcast. If you've gotten anything from the podcast, we ask, please, can you rate us, review us, and share us? The rate and review is really one question. The share is a second. It's only two questions and only two tasks we ask of you. And it would really, really help us. Rating us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever platform you're listening, YouTube, etc. Leaving a couple comments with that review. 5-star review, couple comments. I like the show. It was great. You can expand. Wow. Ken was so insightful. It was like the heavens opened up and bestowed knowledge upon him that he shared with such a command. Something like that. And share. Share it with your friends. Share it with anyone you think needs to hear it. Share would really, really help us. Moving on. It is Monday. And that means Motivation Monday. Following my slick format that I outlined at the beginning of the year. Today, I want to talk about the idea of 2025 being the jump-off year and the anti-business plan. I'm going to lead with a quote, and it's from Stephen King. Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us get up and go do the work. Amateurs wait for inspiration, and the rest of us just get up and go do the work. I'll say it one more time. Amateurs wait for inspiration, and the rest of us just get up and go do the work. And I want to expand. That could mean, or that could say, amateurs sit and wait for an idea. Amateurs sit and wait for the perfect moment. Amateurs sit and wait for, replace word here with something else that basically says you're procrastinating and not doing what you need to do the thing you want to do. What a great quote that is. So, for 2025, if you've been interested in starting a business in the construction trades, in the real estate industry, whatever it may be, I am calling out you to jump. And I want to use the 2025 anti-business plan format. Now, I want to say this with the caveat that I am not anti-business plans in every scenario. Obviously, certain things require them. If you're going to get an SBA loan, oftentimes you have to put together a business plan because there's a lot of complex moving parts, and you have to show them why you're worthy of getting a loan, or any loan for that matter, not just SBA. People want to see a pro forma. People want to see a plan. How are you going to make what you say you're going to make? How are you going to do what you say you're going to do? That's all fine and dandy. However, it doesn't mean anything if you don't take action. So, my 2025 anti-business plan culture surrounds just doing. If you've been interested in starting a business, and if you are interested in specifically starting a business in the trades or real estate, let's go. So, I wrote down 5 quick points. I actually threw a 6th one in there, but it's not like right on topic. It's a little asterisk or a dessert to the main course. The main course of my 5 points, and I'm going to give you a 6th dessert at the end. Number 1, anti-business plan 2025. What are your strengths? Define your strengths and lean into them. Are you a person who's really good at a specific trade and you know that you can go market that and make money? Are you a person who's really good at selling and you know that you can use those sales techniques to go find work for a crew that you put together or for others? Or are you a person that's just very personable? Maybe you're not a salesperson, but you just get along and you're uniquely good at networking. What is it? What are your strengths, and lean into them? Because all of those personality types can be beneficial when talking about starting a business. And oftentimes, it is one strong personality type that I run into with any business owner that is their key differentiator and makes them stand out, and what appeals to me. I can't tell you how many trades I work with who might not be good at scheduling, and I have to fight with along the way to keep them on task. However, they're just a very personable human, and I like them, and I'll continue to work with them because of that. And that's easy to identify quickly. So if you're that person, you could definitely make inroads with, builders, clients, architects, homeowners, whatever it may be in relation to starting a construction or real estate business, and use that as your key strength. Or are you a person who doesn't have that, but you're just very task oriented and you can get things done quickly and in a quality manner? Are you the tile guy who, is kind of a hermit and isn't very personable, but you do know that you can get a shower and floor tiled and done in a perfect manner quicker than most people? Well, lean into that, because I have a lot of those guys who you really don't want anyone interfacing with on the job site, but you'll hire them every time because they're damn good at what they do. Or are you just a very organized person who can provide useful information? Are you someone who is looking to get into real estate and you can connect and advise a homeowner by providing them with a plethora of information about the area they're searching, what it is what the target home and what the target price is, what the target return on investment is, how they're going to find the best property, and how you're going to help them do that? Are you just good at organizing ideas and organizing a plan moving forward? Use that. What are your strengths? And then from there, that's number one. Number two, you've identified your strengths. And this is the key to the Anti-Business Plan 2025. Nike says just do it for a reason. And it appeals to a huge number of people. Why is that? Because just do it is the key to life. Just do it is number 2 point is the key to the Anti-Business Plan. Okay, you know what your strengths are? Jump. Do it. Get in the game. If you don't get in the game, you can't do anything. So I know that doesn't, for everybody, that doesn't mean quit everything you're doing. I'm sure you have responsibilities. I'm sure you have things you need to take care of, specifically financial responsibilities. So you can't just say, I'm going to quit my job and throw caution to the wind and start at zero and build a company starting tomorrow. I get it. Some of you can do that. And if you can do that, please do it. If you have backing, if you're living at home still and you don't have a huge nut to crack, if you have some kind of savings that you can tap into and you're good for the next 4 to 6 months, well, then just jump. Blindly jump and take massive action, because massive action equals massive results. It will work out for you. It will work out for you. But if not, start with that side hustle everybody talks about. And your side hustle can be your main hustle. Are you a full-time concrete finisher for a company making a wage? Well, when you finish your pour at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, try to line something up on the side to go do a little patio. Maybe you form it up on a Tuesday, and then on a Thursday you drop the rebar in after work, and then you do the pour on Saturday morning. And that's one job you've nailed during the week, and that job's going to lead to other jobs. Or are you the carpenter who can book a Saturday, Sunday? Yeah, you're going to give up your weekend, but you're going to build towards building your company. And oftentimes what you can do, if you're a carpenter in this instance, making $40 an hour, well, if we look at that and go $40 an hour times a 40-hour week, that's $1,600, take away taxes, you're probably bringing home $1,200, $1,300 a week. You could probably book a Saturday, Sunday job where you can get a couple of your journeyman buddies to go with you, doing a nice wainscot around someone's living room, or trimming out a house for a builder, or doing some kind of unique carpentry task where you can charge a few $1,000s and probably make over the weekend what you'd make in a whole week, or maybe even 2. So you could quickly snowball that into your own business. Because if you're booking jobs 1 or 2 days a week that's replacing your weekly wage, there you go. Then everything from there is icing on the cake in comparison to what you're currently making. So, or are you working in literally any field and decide what I want to do is be a realtor and my unique strengths are X that we've defined in point 1. Okay, well, jump. Jump means in your off time, study, go get your real estate license. And then once you get your real estate license, there's unlimited hours of the day to network with people. I'm sure you know people in your direct circle, whether it's at work, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, that you can network to and discuss what you're doing and how you can help them. And, you know, as you're working your job, next thing you know, in your off time, you're getting 1 or 2 clients that want to buy a house. And on the weekends and after work, you're showing them around, you're showing them houses, you're showing them places. And yeah, that's you know, right there, starting your business. You book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales. Real estate, as we know, 2.5%. Most median home price is in the 4s, I believe, nationwide, but a lot of cities are like 7, 8. They're high. So, you know, you sell $1 million house, that's 25 grand. You don't have to do too many of those to quickly replace your income, and then you're off to the races as a business owner in the real estate industry. You want to get into real estate investment. Okay, jump. How do you start doing it? Like, find a mentor, find a group of investors, see what they're doing. Do you have a little capital to invest, or do you have a unique insight into how to find leads off market? Do you have a friend, family, business coworker network that maybe you'll get an inside track on? Hey, Mary's parents have to sell their house and they want to get out of it quickly and blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow. Okay. Take that knowledge and see what you can do with it. Maybe you can put together a deal with Mary's parents. Maybe you can figure out bringing someone else in on the deal and doing a deal with Mary's parents where you can buy their house that was, originally built in 1946 and needs to be remodeled and flipped or needs to be scraped and rebuilt. There's so many opportunities in like exploring angles of how you can develop or flip or do whatever to that. But it's just jumping and taking the action is what it takes to get started. And there's never a good time. It's just do it now. Like now, this second. And if you do that and you take actions moving forward, it leads you to the latter points. And I'll get to those. So number 2 is just take the action. And number 3 is, now that you've taken the action, market yourself. We live in a society where branding and marketing like trumps everything. It used to be a different story, but we're so hyper connected with social media, with just the internet. Like everything has us so hyper connected and so locally hyper connected that it's easy to brand and market yourself for free. I mean, you could, if you're Jane who wants to become a realtor, or you're Pete who wants to tile bathrooms, or you're John who wants to go pour concrete slabs, literally all you have to do is start making videos discussing real estate trends or interior trends or discussing the latest trends in concrete slabs, or showing a video of slabs that you're part of that you've poured, or you finishing a front porch, or a piece of stamped concrete, or a tile that you've showered. Maybe it's something you do in your day-to-day job. Have someone video on their iPhone. Start taking little snippet videos and posting them on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it may be. And that's going to start getting picked up in your local market. And guaranteed at some point, someone's going to DM you and say, hey, I have a tile shower and I can't find anyone to do it. Can you help me? You don't have to go pay, to market in a magazine or do a Google ad or, whatever you think you might have to do. Like, you literally can just start posting about what it is you do. And if it's good and quality and brings, something useful to people watching, people in your hyper local market will reach out to you to do what you're talking about. John's concrete work, Jane's real estate. Like, it's so easy to start branding and marketing. That's number 3. Number 1, what are your strengths? Number 2, just jump, do it. Number 3, brand and market yourself. Create a branding and marketing engine, hyper local to your market. Now, that doesn't get to anything about building the business. But I say another very important part of this. Number 4, once you start and jump and you start to brand yourself, then start to look for mentors or start to look to people you want to emulate in that field and see what they're doing. See what the number 1 realtor in your town is doing. See what the person who started a tile company that now has 50 employees and does the high-end work you want to do or the type of work you want to do. What are they doing? What's unique about them? What do the trucks look like that they drive? How are they branding themselves? How are they marketing themselves? What does their website look like? It's so easy to make a website these days. You go to Squarespace, pay a few bucks, and bam, you can make a website on your own. And there's all these AI tools and other tools to help you. You can emulate like the websites of some of the best companies on your own for not a lot of money. So, or even better, if you find somebody who's doing or is in a position you want to be in or doing what you want to do, call them. If it's a realtor, guaranteed their number's plastered everywhere. If it's a construction company, you might not be able to get a hold of the owner immediately, but you can call the office and try to get a hold of the owner. And oftentimes, if you just say, look, I'm a youngster, I'm starting out, or I'm wherever I'm at, I've been doing this and I'm 46 and I'm starting out and starting my own thing and wanting to get into the, what is the trade, the roofing trade on my own. Can I talk to the owner? I'd like to pick his brain a little bit. I'd like to pick her brain a little bit. People are so willing to give useful information. People like to talk about what they're doing. And people like, contrary to popular belief, people like when other people are entering their industry. So most people would totally be willing to give you 10, 20, 30 hour, whatever it is, to discuss, how they did it, what they did. People want to talk about themselves. Let's be real. So people would definitely chop it up and tell you all about how they did it. Makes them feel good. Why not? You want some kind of, recognition for what you're doing. So grab a mentor, find one, and let them talk about themselves for 2 hours and just listen. Listen and take notes on everything they did, how they got there, because you can oftentimes just emulate exactly that. So find that mentor, find that person, find that company, and try to get useful insights as to what you can do to implement strategies moving forward to grow your business or to get in the game. And the funny thing is, sometimes these relationships, and it's not uncommon, can lead to business just making the relationship, because people come to me and they tell me what they want to do, what they're getting into. I want to throw them a bone. I don't want to just talk to them. Oftentimes I want to throw them a bone. So if it's a carpenter coming to me and saying, hey, I'm going to start my own trim business, or I want to start my framing business, or I want to start, recently I had a person that was doing siding for us that came to me and said, hey, I think I want to start being a general contractor. Now I'm a general contractor. You may think I'm going to be threatened by that. I'm not threatened by that. I have my lane. I have my wheelhouse. I do what I do. We started talking, and a week later, I got a call from somebody who wanted a remodel done that's way smaller than I would ever do. Who do you think I gave it to? I gave it to him because he had expressed that he was interested in being a general contractor, asked me for some tips, and I know he's a good dude. So I actually gave that referral to him. So finding these mentors doesn't just lead to information. Oftentimes it can lead to them giving you business. Maybe it's a realtor who has somebody that they don't really want to work with because they established themselves in a specific neighborhood and a specific price point, and someone calls from a neighborhood they don't want to deal with at a lower price point, and they say, oh, I just met with Jane last week and she's real interested in doing this and she seems like a good person. I'm going to send it over to her just from finding that mentor. So 4 is a really key point. Find a mentor, find a company, get in touch with them. 5, okay, now that you've done all that and you're moving forward, you found your strength, you jumped off, you're starting to brand and market yourself, you found a mentor to emulate or a company to emulate. Okay, that's not a business, right? Well, this is so key. Stay committed and adapt. And listen to what the market tells you. Listen to what experience tells you. Listen to what your day-to-day interactions tell you. That is where the business starts to form. You're not going to know what the hell you're doing initially. You're going to just be pure action and hustle. And that's going to, even if you have a fancy business plan, this is why this is the anti-business plan, you're still not going to really know what the hell you're doing until it starts to be put together based on, interactions and talks you have with your mentor or who you're emulating, real life experience, yes, falling on your face in certain situations and embarrassing yourself. That's how everything forms and molds, and how businesses are born. Typically, someone goes out on their own, it's just them. And then little by little, the demand increases for their product, whether that is a service or something tangible, and they have to bring on support. And then you strategically think, what support do I need? Okay, I started with X. Now I can't handle the paperwork anymore. I need someone in the office. Okay, I get someone in the office and I have enough work to support me and that person in the office. But now I'm more organized in my estimating because I have the person in the office helping me, and I'm getting more work than I myself can handle. So what do I need? I need another installer. I need another crew. Now that I have this other crew going, I can really focus on the sales aspect, which I'm good at. So now I'm selling, and I have this person in the office helping with estimating in the back end, and I have a crew in the field, but I'm selling more than the crew in the field can handle, so I need another crew and another crew. Now I have 3 crews, I have a person in the office, and I have me selling. Oh, wait, so what do I need now? Maybe now I have too much coming in for the person in the office to handle from an estimating perspective, and I have to keep my 3 crews busy. I'm trying to sell, but I can't estimate myself because I'm so busy. Now I'm going to go hire an estimator in the office. So I have a person in the office, an estimator in the office, 3 crews in the field, and myself running the sales department and working hand in hand with the estimator. You know what? The work has gotten really busy, and I like to have oversight of my crews in the field. Although I'm busy selling and working with the estimator in the office, I'm keeping things running. So I probably should hire an operations manager to manage the 3 crews in the field and make sure quality control is taken care of. So look at what you've done. Little by little, you've stayed committed, you've moved forward with massive action, and you've started to build an organization. You have someone in the office, you have an estimator you're working with, you're currently doing sales. You could definitely replace that with someone else doing sales. You have an operations manager, you have 3 crews in the field, and now you have a machine that's starting to function. And that was something that wasn't apparent to you. You just built it based on imminent needs and what demand in the market told you needed to do. That's how companies are formed. Companies aren't formed, especially in the construction and real estate industry, by saying, I got a $500,000 loan and I'm going to go hire this person and that person and that person and this person. No, it is a response to the demand of the market. And you create the demand in the market by figuring out your strengths, just jumping, branding and marketing, and then staying committed and adapting. And that's key. And being willing, with that, stay committed and adapt. It's also being willing to reinvest profits. So that's key to staying committed and adapting, is also listening to the market and what it needs and being willing to invest money from your company to fulfill that need. And in turn, it will bear results that benefit you in the future. Those are the 5 points to the Anti-Business Plan 2025 surrounding massive action, getting massive results. Find your strengths, jump, just do it, Nike style, baby. Find low cost or free branding and marketing strategies to get your name out in the market. 4, find a mentor, company, person, whatever it is. Find key people in that company or the founders and owners, and talk to them about how you can do what they did and what you want to do and get key insights. And then 5, just stay committed, adapt, move forward, invest, continue to grow your business and grow your business into something that is lasting. I told you I have some dessert on this one. And the dessert kind of goes hand in hand with this, but it honestly could be a whole podcast on its own, and it might be a whole podcast on its own. But number 6, a lot of people get caught up, especially in the real estate and construction trades, in building a business that surrounds them rather than building a company that can sustain itself. Now, if the goal for you is to just have a full-time job and work for the company forever, that is fine. However, I think many people's goal is to be able to have a company that runs while they're on vacation for 6 weeks once a year because they want to disappear somewhere with their family to an island or to Europe or to the Yellowstone in the middle of the US or whatever it may be. They want to go here for 2 weeks and they want to take another 2 weeks in the fall. They want to go skiing. They want to do things with their family. What I'm saying is they want to create a company so they can have freedom. But oftentimes, and I've seen this so many times, people create a company that they're indebted to and they can never leave, and all they do is work 24/7. And if the idea is create company for money equal freedom, you can't do that if you create a business that's solely dependent on you. So what I say in that scenario is, as you're following these points and as you're building the business, and especially on number 5, as you're staying committed and adapted, always having a goal in your head of building an organization that can sustain itself without you being there on a day-to-day basis. There's some really good books on this, like The E-Myth, and a number of others, about like the different legs of a chair and what is needed, and thinking of your organization and how it needs to be supported. And oftentimes in the beginning, you're filling one of those roles, or you're filling all of those roles, and slowly with the commit and adapt, you're finding people to strategically fill those roles and help you out in different areas. Well, the key to building a business that can sustain without you is being willing to replace all of those roles, putting yourself in an advisory role to all of those roles, but hiring the right people in the right positions to be able to fulfill the needs of those positions and support the chair. So as you grow, keep that in mind. What key support structure or infrastructure or processes does your business need to function without you? In the beginning, it's all you. Then you hire someone in the office and they have that taken care of. Then you hire someone in sales, they have that taken care of. Then you have an estimator help, and little by little, as you're hiring these people, you're honing in your scope of work. Okay, I'm not in the office anymore. I have someone handling that. Okay, I'm not having to do sales anymore. I have someone handling that. I'm not having to do estimating anymore. I have someone handling that. I'm not having to do operations anymore. I have someone handling that. And putting key people, preferably that are better than you at doing it, in those positions, paying them well, taking it off your plate, allows you, over time, the freedom that you desire and why you wanted to start a business in the first place. So number 6 is a little dessert. Focus on building a company over just a one-man business that you're indebted to for life. That's not what you're looking for. Yes, there's financial benefit, but if you want the freedom that goes along with it, you need to build an organization and have processes in place that don't need you. If you're the mayor, you're the manager, you're the everything, the business is going to crumble if you're not there every single day. So focus on building an organization and processes. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate it.